Now, he was very nasty last night. I try and be nice to people, you know, but it's a little tough when they get personal. Please, again, remember, please, sir, don't get personal. Talk about policy. Let me ask you about that. We're going to do a free poll. Here's the two questions. Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? Ready? Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? I don't know. My advisors are fired.
The political stage was set for a predictable drama. Barack Obama, the eloquent orator, versus Donald Trump, the combative incumbent. But what unfolded at the Democratic National Convention and its aftermath shattered expectations, leaving pundits and the public alike in a state of bewilderment. Obama's speech, a masterclass in pointed critique, was not met with Trump's trademark vitriol, but with an uncharacteristically measured response. As the dust settles and analysts scramble, one question looms large. What does this mean for the future of American politics? Obama takes the stage.
You all, thank you for all the love, but it is now my honor to introduce somebody who knows a whole lot about hope. Someone who has spent his life strengthening our democracy, and let me tell you, as someone who lives with him, he wakes up every day, and thinks about what's best for this country. Please welcome America's 44th president and the love of my life, Barack Obama.
The atmosphere at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago was electric as former President Barack Obama took the stage. The crowd erupted in cheers as he approached the podium, his presence commanding attention from every corner of the packed arena. Obama, visibly moved by the warm reception, opened with a heartfelt acknowledgement of his hometown. Quote, "Chicago, it is good to be home." As the applause subsided, Obama reflected on his own political journey, recalling the moments he stood on similar stages to accept his party's nomination. His words carried a weight of nostalgia and experience as he spoke about the responsibility and honor of being chosen to lead. This personal touch set the stage for a speech that blended the past with the present and looked ahead to the future of the Democratic Party. Obama then turned his attention to former Vice President and current President Joe Biden. With genuine admiration, he praised Biden's leadership during what he described as one of the most challenging periods in our history. Obama highlighted Biden's role in navigating the country through the complexities of the COVID-19 pandemic, economic turbulence, and social unrest. He emphasized Biden's steady hand and compassionate approach, painting a picture of a leader who had risen to meet unprecedented challenges. The former president's words carried particular significance as he transitioned to introduce Kamala Harris. In a moment that reverberated through the convention hall and beyond, Obama declared Harris as the next president of the United States. This statement, more than just an endorsement, signaled a passing of the torch and a clear vision for the Democratic Party's future. Obama's introduction of Harris was not just perfunctory, it was imbued with genuine enthusiasm and confidence. He spoke of her qualifications, her character, and her readiness to lead the nation. The energy in the room shifted palpably as Obama detailed Harris's journey from Attorney General to Senator to Vice President, and now potentially to the highest office in the land. Obama's fiery critique.
Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago.
As President Obama's speech progressed, the atmosphere in the convention hall shifted palpably. The former president's trademark calm and eloquence gave way to a more forceful, impassioned tone. It was clear Obama was about to unleash a critique that would resonate far beyond the walls of the DNC. With measured intensity, he turned his attention to his successor-turned-predecessor, Donald Trump. The contrast between the two men couldn't have been starker, and Obama wasted no time in highlighting these differences. He painted a picture of Trump as a man out of touch with the realities faced by everyday Americans, a billionaire more concerned with his own grievances than the needs of the nation. Obama's words cut through the air like a scalpel, precise and sharp. He drew attention to Trump's age, not as a mere number, but as a point of irony. Here was a man of 78 years, Obama implied, with all the resources and privileges one could imagine, yet seemingly incapable of moving beyond personal complaints and perceived slights. The former president then employed a vivid analogy that had the audience leaning in. He likened Trump's approach to governance as someone using a leaf blower in a crowded room. The image was both comical and cutting, a powerful figure creating chaos and discomfort for everyone around him, all while believing he was solving a problem. But Obama's critique went beyond mere personal jabs. He delved into the heart of what he saw as Trump's fundamental misunderstanding of power and its purpose. With the gravitas of someone who had held the highest office, Obama dissected Trump's approach to leadership. He portrayed it as a zero-sum game, where one person's gain must come at another's loss. A stark contrast to Obama's vision of a nation where success could be shared and multiplied. As the speech crescendoed, Obama seamlessly transitioned from critique to call to action. He urged the audience, and by extension, the American people, to rally behind a different vision of leadership. Without explicitly naming her, his words built a case for Kamala Harris as the antithesis to Trump's style of governance. The energy in the room was electric. His fiery critique had not only energized the base and provided a clear narrative for the upcoming election, he had also drawn a line in the sand, challenging voters to choose between two starkly different visions of America. Trump's surprising response.
Did you see Barack Hussein Obama last night? Take little shots. He was taking shots at your president. And so was Michelle. You know, they always say, sure, please stick to policy, don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people. Do I still have to stick to policy?
In the wake of Obama's fiery critique at the DNC, political pundits and the public alike braced themselves for what they assumed would be an equally fiery retort from Donald Trump. The former president, known for his quick and often biting responses to criticism, was expected to launch into a barrage of counterattacks. But what unfolded in the following days left many observers stunned and scrambling to interpret his unexpected turn of events. Contrary to all expectations, Trump's response to Obama's speech was surprisingly measured and in many ways complimentary. In a move that caught both his supporters and detractors off guard, Trump spoke of Obama with an air of respect that seemed entirely at odds with their contentious history. He described the former president as a nice gentleman, a stark departure from his usual rhetoric. This unexpected praise was not limited to Obama alone. Trump extended his surprisingly cordial comments to include Michelle Obama as well, painting a picture of mutual respect that seemed to contradict years of public animosity. The political world was left reeling, trying to decipher the motivation behind this sudden change in tone. But true to form, Trump didn't let the moment pass without asserting his own perspective. While his words were unexpectedly kind, he still managed to weave in critiques of Obama's policies, particularly on trade issues. He highlighted what he perceived as weaknesses in Obama's approach to international trade, especially concerning relations with Japan and China. The contrast between Trump's current stance and his past actions was stark. Political analysts were quick to point out the irony of Trump's newfound respect for Obama, given his prominent role in furthering the birther conspiracy theory that had questioned Obama's citizenship and legitimacy as a president. Analyzing the aftermath. In the days following Obama's speech, the political landscape buzzed with activity. Analysts, pundits, and voters alike found themselves grappling with the implications of this unusual exchange between two of America's most influential political figures. Some experts viewed Trump's surprisingly cordial response as a calculated move to soften his image and appeal to a broader voter base. Others saw it as a sign of genuine respect, perhaps indicating a shift in Trump's approach to political discourse. Social media platforms became battlegrounds of opinion, with hashtags related to both Obama's speech and Trump's response trending for days. Supporters of both politicians engaged in heated debates, while undecided voters expressed confusion and curiosity. Now it's time to hear from you. What did you think of President Obama's speech? Let us know in the comments section below.